Mr. Speaker, you conspicuously noticed that when you are being requested to retract your statement which you had read midway, and when members were requesting for apologies, I did not request to speak. We are losing it. I'm referring to those great men who, because people wanted them out of the way so that they would not continue being here. Just to remind ourselves that to be here, it is a serious platform. Very serious. Mr. Speaker, since you have allowed me, allow me to say this one. Just this one, please, kindly. That
you know, when you become emotional, Senator Carroll, you start singing.
Yes,
so
I will not
trying
say.
to.
Mr. Speaker, seeing what is going on in this House, members will just have to go back to the rules. If indeed you have accepted painstakingly to do what you did, then I would be expecting also members to also hold a conversation with themselves the way you did. This would be the time, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the Senator of Isiolo to re-examine herself and ask if it is true that knowingly that the sub judice rule applies just as much to Parliament as it does to the judiciary, what would she do in view of that, if we are serious? Mr. Speaker, similarly, I would be requesting the leader of the minority to talk to himself. That if knowing the rules, he can stand in his place and walk right to the chair and warn you directly, and in the process attract his colleagues. Is that the way we want to run this House? If it is the House that was so important that these people whose names I've invoked lost their lives, ladies and gentlemen, honorable senators, let's not do that. Let's not do it, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Senator Dulo is a lawyer. Mr. Speaker,
go to the details of that matter because,
yes, I'm concluding with this remark because then you have allowed me that much. Mr. Speaker, you did not invite yourself into speaking to the separation of the offices. There was a lot of point of order upon point of order that caused you to prepare this communication. Otherwise, originally you had refused. Why are we being dishonest? Are you saying we are children in this House? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Enoch.
All I can say, that is very deep. The Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources on the afforestation program in arid and semi-arid lands. In the statement, the committee should, 1, expound on the national government policy for afforestation in arid and semi-arid land areas with regard to the realization of the set minimum 10% forest cover in the country as provided for in the Constitution. 2, state the current national forest cover, noting efforts by the Kenya Forest Research Institute, KEFRI, that were intended at raising the forest cover to 10% by 2022 in line with the National Forest Program. Number 3, inform the Senate how many trees have been planted since the launch of the afforestation initiative by the government in 2018 against the intended target of 1.8 billion trees. Number 4, spell out the strategic interventions put in place by